Hey Rockstar, Steve aka Void here, and in this video we're going to be talking about timing, part two, getting into a little bit deeper conversation than we had from yesterday. And before we get started, I just want to make sure that you can see and hear me clearly. I'm not sure if this is connecting over here. Let me just double check something. Double checking that the stream is working. Just taking a second to get started here. And okay, I think that should be good to go. Cool. So before we get started, actually, you see this link down here, Practice Less, Play More. If you want to learn my best strategies that have been proven over the past 22 years, 16 years of coaching, 10 years of touring professionally, opening for bands like Kiss, Hinder, Finger Eleven. Check out my new book, Practice Less, Play More. There's some really great strategies in here so that you could learn songs faster. Because if you're practicing for more than 10 minutes and you're not making any progress, or you finish your practice sessions feeling disappointed, then you definitely need to find a better way and a better strategy. So let's talk about something that is super, super important to guitar players and well for your development on guitar, which is your timing. So your timing, it is, in my opinion, the most important thing, because I would rather have the wrong notes perfectly in time rather than the right notes sloppy, like stop and go, because the wrong notes perfectly in time are more like music than the right notes that aren't perfectly in time. Okay, and so and that's just the nature of music. Music has pitch, which is the sound, as well as the pitch happening in time, which is the rhythm. And if the rhythm is stop and go, then that's not going to be music. So what I talked about yesterday was this idea where if you want to be able to improve your timing, then you need to be able to count along with records. So you put on a record and you understand the pulse that's happening. There's always a pulse to the record. This is what the metronome kind of takes care of, but also the drummer typically inside, when they were recording the song, the drummer typically would have headphones on, at least for modern recordings, and they'd have the metronome going. Now, I was talking about either doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, or counting 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, stuff like that, because that's typically going to be for popular music, that's going to be the count. Okay, hey Tony, how's it going, buddy? But then I got some comments from some of my students, and they were asking about, well, what happens if we have like a weird time signature, or what happens if the song changes timing in the song? And that's a great question, because yes, some songs do that. The one of the examples from one of my VIP members, Mark, he was saying, Drive My Car has a bar of like 9/4 or something weird like that, and then there's Salisbury Hill by Peter Gabriel, which is 7/4, and Money by Pink Floyd, which is 7/4. And if that's all gibberish to you, then actually that's the whole point of this video, is to go one level deeper and one level simpler. Is we want to actually just be able to match with whatever the pulse is. And when I was saying 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, that is called context. That's basically, there's a steady pulse that's happening, and I'm labeling each click or each clap here as a number, and that helps with navigation of where we are in the bar. But even before doing any of that, we need to be able to just lock into whatever the beat is in the song and be able to just match up in any way. We could say down, 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 and not have any numbers that repeat, like 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We need to first be able to just identify that there's a click happening in each song, and have a really there's a great software called Riff Station that you load up a song into that, and often when you crank the metronome, it will actually detect the tempo of the song. So you'll have this click going where all you have to do really is just match up. You could say out loud down, 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 like that. And then what the idea is making sure that you can play what I call single strums, okay? And so, for example, when you play a song like, Hotel California is a really good one, because if we play the bar chords, then what we would do is we could even just say down, 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 down over and over. And it might sound ridiculous, but what we want to be able to do is lock in with the timing and go down, 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 down. And then, I mean, the song is in 4/4 timing, which means that every single 4, it resets back to 1, and every chord here starts on beat 1. So with this one here, we could just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, if I played that along with the record, it would sound compatible. It would sound great. Now, and perfectly in time, because all I'm doing is I'm recognizing that internal pulse of the song. 1, 2, 3. Like on the song, it doesn't do that. It doesn't have the steady click. There's nothing like that happening. But we need to be able to recognize that. And often when the drums come in, it's a lot easier to do that. But this specific this video, the takeaway I want you to get from this is that we don't need to even count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. What we need to be able to do is just recognize the steadiness of the song, and it would be, we could say down, 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 down. We could even muffle the strings over here, and we can play like this with the pulse of the song. I recommend using your voice at all times to make it easier. So if you're going to say down, 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 you're mimicking you're kind of instructing your rhythm hand on what to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That totally works. But if you're not sure what the numbers are, there's not going to be any, there won't be any problems if you just say down, 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 down. You can say any sound you want, ba, 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 whatever you want to use there. But the point is that your voice is recognizing, or it's demonstrating that your mind recognizes the steady click. And then when you take that, it doesn't matter whether it's 4/4, 2/4, 3/4, 6/8, or if it's even 7/4, 9/4, whatever it is. Basically, when you have a steady pulse and you can go down, 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 down like that, that's going to work on a very, very large amount of songs. I mean, like, if maybe there might be something complex that you might play, like prog rock or jazz or something like that, or even something that might be too fast to count. But there's always a way, and when you simplify each section, that would just mean that if there were a bunch of different changes, we just focus on one little section and we can just break that down. And in order to improve your timing, you just need to be able to recognize that first. And so your voice is the way for you to recognize, like to know that you recognize it perfectly. It should be locked in with the song, and then all we do is we instruct our hand to play that steadiness or to play on one of the beats. So for example, if I am counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, then every time I say 1, I'm going to play a little game. Every time I say 1, I'm going to strum once. So I'm going to strum the next chord. So it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. The only thing I have to remember in this example is that the chords switch on 1. Every time I say 1, the chord switches. And instead of just trying to go for it and trying to play along with the record, or even just not play along with the record, just playing the chords like without any counting, I mean, chances are you don't come in at the right time. So in order to improve your timing, what you're going to do is understand that there's a steady pulse happening in every song. You have this steadiness that's happening, and we could say at a very low level, down, 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 to represent that. Click, 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 whatever's easy for you to say. And then beyond that level, then we could attach, like I said in yesterday's video, we could attach numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, like that, because that adds the context. That's like, where am I in the bar? Chords happen on beat 1, or chord switches happen on beat 3, whatever it might be. And if you can't recognize that internal click, that 1, 2, 3, 4, that click, 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 or the down, 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 or the this thing here, if you can't recognize that and play, then chances are your playing is going to be very stop and go and staggered, and it won't sound like music, and you'll be frustrated because typically we jump right to the face value version of the song, and it's this stop and go thing. What I want you to do is I want you to be able to play the simplified version first, where you recognize the pulse and you could strum along with the chords, so what you're playing is compatible to what's on the record. I call this standing on stage, SOS, where you imagine you're standing on stage with the band and you let them do the heavy lifting at first, and the first goal is just to get in the game and playing music, which means it's pitch plus musical time, which is rhythm, okay? And so you put those two together, you put pitch in motion, and it's with a steady pulse, and there you have music, okay? So if you enjoyed this tip, I hope that you did, because this is the most important thing that you can learn on guitar, is the timing. When you hear a band playing live and they're like, whoa, that was so tight, is because the timing was so good. And again, I would always take wrong notes in perfect time rather than the right notes all sloppy all over the place, because the wrong notes in perfect time are music, and the correct notes in any random time is not music, technically, when we're talking about pitch in motion. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. If you have any questions and you're catching this replay, please let me know in the comments. I read every single comment and I answer every single question, and I'll answer that in the post as well as inside the inside future videos. So be sure to ask that. I'm going to paste the link over here to practicelessplaymore.com, which you could get the book on Amazon. You can find it on Kindle paperback as well as Audible. If you enjoyed this, please let me know inside the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video tomorrow. Take care.